The old chemical factory? Did you find out anything?
You were right. We're being bugged. Sky and Central AI has access to our systems and machines.
Damn it, I knew it. The hell are we gonna do?
I'll handle it. You should avoid talking about our strategies when machines are nearby.
But that's pretty much impossible.
At least we know who's eavesdropping on us now, and how they're doing it. Let's take full advantage of that.
We'll do our best. Any news from Tavar?
The World Hearts are still standing. They continue to perform their duty. All Skynet attacks on the Hearts so far have been warded off.
Excellent. My sincere thanks. The Hearts must never be allowed to fall.
Teach me something.
I'll try.
Dex has decided where he wants to continue his education. He's chosen the clerics.
Are you insane? You want to send my child to those people by himself?
It was his choice, and you know how he gets once he's set on something. Askar will be with him. He can monitor his education and protect him.
But what if he gets into trouble?
Dex has incredible potential. He could soon be more powerful than either of us.
And you want to send him away?
Don't worry. Nothing's going to happen to him. Didn't he just travel halfway around the world pretty much alone? And there's not a scratch on him. Think how much safer he'll be in a more civilized area. And again, this was his decision.
I swear, Jax, if anything goes wrong, I'll kill you.
I know. Follow me.
All right.
We can handle this one.
Just look at what became of them. They had an enormous modern city, and now they're holed up in this old...
You've grown up very quickly.
I hear that a lot, but it doesn't feel that way.
A few years ago you were just a baby, but look at what you've become now.
And what's that?
A perceptive, highly intelligent young man. You don't seem to miss a thing. And you have a good feel for the important things in life, even the small ones.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Then I like it too.
What else did I want to say? Yes. Just look at what became of them. They had an enormous modern city, and now they're holed up in this old world ruin.
So, they call you the Oracle, huh?
Yes. I deliver the teachings of Magellan, the voice of the Earth. I can hear it, and I can understand its needs.
You're talking about Elex.
Aren't they one and the same? The people trust my judgment, and thanks to my knowledge, they attribute certain prophetic abilities to me.
And how's that going?
It can be useful.
What can you teach me?
Whatever your brain can absorb.
Now that I've joined you, I'm sure you can teach me something.
You're not wrong. But if you're interested in basic combat principles, talk to Heinrich. I, on the other hand, can show you how to take less damage from your surroundings. Just tell me when you want to get started.
Teach me something.
Sure thing.
What the hell are you doing here? Are you trying to get yourself killed?
No, well, it's not easy to explain.
You found something out, haven't you? Well, come on, what is it?
Things are more complicated than I thought. I'm afraid we'll have to rethink our plans for the sixth power.
What are you talking about? You're giving up? Why? The sixth power was your plan. Things are starting to take shape. Theo just brought in some new recruits.
Can't you see? We don't stand a chance! There are far more Skyans than I ever imagined. And now they've developed new mutation methods. Faster, much faster, and more efficient. They're on the verge of completing their analysis. That's when they'll launch their full-scale attack.
You're not just gonna give up now, are you? Shit. I get it now. You weren't out here looking for DNA fragments. You were talking to them. Am I right?
Jax, listen.
You son of a bitch. I should have known. You get me to help you with your little war games, and now that it's time to fight, you start working with them.
Jax, now just hold on a second. It's true, I spoke to one of their curators, but he's on our side.
A defector? Who is it? What did he say? You better start talking, old man, or I'm ending this here and now.
His name is Kopark, and nothing he said was particularly encouraging.
So where is this Kopark? I want to talk to him.
I'm afraid that's no longer possible. We've stopped communications for the time being, and he's gone back to his people. It's too risky for him to leave the main former again. If they catch him, they'll kill him.
So, how did you get talking to this defector then?
The Skyans are trying to reactivate old-world technology to use against us. During my research, I came across some peculiar algorithms on some old computers. They were clues left behind by Kopark, hoping someone would understand them. He wanted to talk to someone on our side without the rest of the Skyans knowing. I replied using the same method, and we arranged a secret meeting.
So what else did you find out from the defector? Can he help us get inside the main former and shut it down?
I'm afraid not. He doesn't understand the technology involved any more than you or I do. But I learned plenty of other things. Things that would get him killed if any of his people found out he'd told me. The Skyans' military strength is vast, and even worse, they're breeding new, more lethal creatures. Changeable, transformable beings, monstrously powerful and adaptable. These changelings are said to be invincible. Nothing can stop them.
Well, that's just fucking great. Anything else?
I tried to get Kopar to help us, but he refused. He's afraid for his life. He did answer all my questions about Dark Elex and its properties, though. I was hoping I might still have a chance to heal those infections. In any case, even if we do manage all this, the Skyans are simply too powerful, and there's just too many of them. They'd crush us.
Well, that's just not good enough. You're going to keep at it, you hear me? I want results. So get that old ass in gear and find something useful.
Can't really argue with that kind of logic. All right, I'll start analyzing the data Kopar gave me. But I can't carry on with my role in the Bastion after all this.
What exactly does that mean?
Our people need someone who still believes we can defeat the Skyans. It's time for you to become leader of the Sixth Power.
Isn't that what I've been doing for a while now? That was your plan from the start, wasn't it?
Maybe, but you need to make a decision about which faction you belong to. If you're going to lead by example, people need to see the path you've chosen. They need to know what you believe in, and it's a decision you must abide by to the bitter end. They'll never follow a turncoat, so whatever choice you make must be final.
I spoke to the artificial intelligence, Cassandra.
Uh-huh. Let me guess. She's looking for me.
That's right.
It's only logical. For a while, I was the most evolved being on the planet. Good thing she still doesn't know anything about our little venture in the Bastion. She's probably detected activity here, but she won't have classified us as a threat yet. If she had, we'd already be dead.
According to Cassandra, I'm the second humanoid anomaly on Magellan.
Then she must know all about your past and the connection between us. If I were her, I'd be wary of you too.
I've decided what faction I belong to. It's taken me long enough to become a cleric, so I'm not about to change now.
Very good. Now that that's out of the way, we can focus on making the final preparations for our battle with the Skyans.
So, what does the Bastion need now?
The Sixth Power needs a strong ally. The only question is, which of the major factions it should be. You've already completed your basic training with one of them. So it doesn't make much sense to ask a different one to join us. How could they trust you to lead them? So, in a way, you've already chosen the Sixth Power's future ally. All that's left now is to seal the deal.
What exactly do I need to do to find an ally?
You did your training with the Elves, which makes them our obvious potential ally. Then all that's left is to figure out how to convince them to join us. They will want to keep their most powerful forces in their own headquarters, of course. But I'm sure they'll have other troops scattered throughout the land. Those are the ones we need to convince. Win them to our cause and station them in the Bastion. It won't be easy, but with a little deft diplomacy.
Where should I look for the scattered Alb troops?
As far as I know, Sestak is still the commander of many Alb satellite squads, the Separatists. You already know him, and you've fought against the Alexiters. He's still fighting them. It won't be easy to get him to put that particular quarrel aside and join us. But if we want to make an alliance with the Albs work, you'll have to convince Sestak to station his Separatists in the Bastion. I have no idea where the Separatists are based at the moment. But they've been seen operating in the northern ruins of Caracas recently. Find the scattered troops and bring them to the Bastion. That's the only way we'll have a big enough army to face what's coming.
Very good. Who knows how long all this will stand here for?
Well, you were right about one thing. Dawkins did try to negotiate with the Skyans. That will have consequences, for me and the Sixth Power. But those are irrelevant right now. The most important thing here is, how did you find out about it?
I know Dawkins. I served for years under him and his hellish machine. Plus, I watched him walk into Mararkor. And just like I thought... Whatever. But that should be enough to prove that I can be useful to you and your cause.
If you saw Dawkins and you still hate him, why didn't you attack him while he was still vulnerable?
That monster won't be dealt with so easily. I wish. Dawkins has survived for centuries, and he's always been just fine playing among Magellan's major powers. There's no way a mere Alp commander like me could get rid of him. Getting rid of him will require more power than I have, if it's even possible at all.
Enough with the games. Just tell me how I can stop the Skyan's former.
Okay, fine. Listen up. The formers start working as soon as they hit the ground. The biggest one, the main former, is in Mararkor and serves as the Skyan's headquarters. They call it Cassandra. At the core of each former is a sort of flying machine, and around that, there's a sort of organic crystalline structure. The structure contains different cells that help with terraforming and growing their creatures. You have to get into the central computer cell of each former. Every computer in the cell is being run by an AI belonging to that former.
Okay, so I have to destroy that central computer.
That's not enough. Like I already said, the formers have already started their work. You have to change their programming so that the cells slow down their processes. Or really, best case scenario, stop completely. It might take some time before the thing stops running completely, but it will stop once you have switched the processes.
I'm not a technician.
No, but one of our drones could do it. I sat for days in a cave near the main former listening to the Skyan's data transfer. I finally heard a code fragment from a key algorithm, which is sent to the other formers. Here, give it to one of our drones. They shouldn't have a problem completing and using the key algorithm. The interfaces to Skyan technology are pretty similar to our own. Bring your drone to a former's central computer, and just let it do its work. If you could manage to stop at least 2 formers that way, it would be a huge step forward.
The Skyans won't be happy if someone starts messing with their formers.
No. That's why it will be your job to make sure they don't destroy your drone while it interferes with the AI in the central computer cell. Plus, you wouldn't leave such an important mission up to a robot, would you?
And you know all that just from watching them?
I told you. Their interfaces are pretty similar to ours. It's the only thing that makes sense.
But which former should I try to deactivate?
Well, one is probably just as good as another. I don't know if there are some that are less closely guarded than the others. It's up to you. Just pick 2 to try your luck with.
Why 2? Why not all of them?
Well, I suppose you could try to deactivate all of them. But my guess is that your drone will have collected enough data about the Skyan's technology after only 2 of them. Once you have that information, it will probably be worth turning your attention to Mararkor.
What else do you know about the Skyans and the main former in Mararkor?
Cassandra is well protected. Every cell of the former is guarded by a small army. Worse, the area around her is guarded by the Skyan's abominations. The biggest problem, though, is deactivating the core of the main former. I'm sure we'll come across other problems, but I know how to solve most of them.
So, you can get us into the Lion's Den.
Yes, I told you my expertise would be useful. So let's talk about what I want in return.
Slow down, Wardeck. We're not there yet. I haven't forgotten what you did.
Fine. But I'd suggest that you should focus on us not getting exterminated right now. You can kill me after we get through this, if you still want to.
I will. But now isn't the time. You're right about that much.
Right. Let's get down to business. How are your people at the Bastion doing?
The Sixth Power is becoming a force to be reckoned with. Even the other factions are paying attention to us. And I won't let you do anything to hold them back.
Now, why would I want to? We need every single person we have to defeat the Skyans. You should really pool your strength. The best thing to do would be to ally with one of the big factions.
Finding a strong partner for the Sixth Power is at the top of my list.
Of course. Let me guess. That was Dawkins' idea.
Why should I give in to your demands?
Simple. I told you how to deactivate the Skyan's formers. I mean, that really should be enough proof that I know what I'm talking about.
So what do you want?
I want us to use the opportunities we have. I want us to be as prepared as possible, to make sure we don't make any mistakes. I'll tell you everything I know once we're ready to wage full-scale war against the Skyans. And I mean everything, including your personal business. Only a powerful leader with the ability to focus on what's important has any chance of success. Oh yeah, and one other small thing. I want to end my exile and go back to my people. You're gonna help me return to the rank of Alp Commander.
Oh, so that's how it is.
There's nothing wrong with...
Save it. I understand.
Good. Then we have a deal.
Okay, so here's the current situation. I'm still searching for a suitable ally for the Sixth Power. Before we move further into Maricor, we have to make sure that we can deactivate some of the formers in our own territory. And then there's the whole thing with you wanting your old rank as Alb Commander back.
That's right. And I'll hold you to that. Well, keep at it. I'll be waiting in my hideout. Come and find me once you've sorted it all. Even if you don't trust me at all, I'm gonna keep my word. I'll get us inside Cassandra.
Well, get a move on. Or we're all fucked. You included.
Well, you can't argue with that.
We're done for now. Stand by at the Bastion.
If you like.
So, buddy, we have an even bigger task ahead of us.
Sensor set to receive, Commander.
The two of us need to penetrate the Skyant former and connect you to the central console.
Analysis. Probability of survival 25.6%.
Huh, better than I thought. Look, we need more information on their tech. We don't know enough yet. They're a highly advanced enemy, and we can't give them the element of surprise. And we gotta shut the former down, or we won't be alive for long.
Acknowledged. Ready, awaiting orders.
Right. I'm taking you with me. Follow me.